Good morning and thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. I am Veronica Dan Ikboy. Joining me this morning is Ibrahim Shita. Ibrahim?
Good morning, Veronica.
It's a good morning and we are counting down, but understand what I'm talking about. Let's leave it there. But it's good that today is Friday, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like it at all. The holiday is still,
still very much out
there. Out there. But then, like we have reeled out, we have a number of issues we will be looking at this morning, especially the role of subnationals in national development or nation development as it is, and then the matter of security, and then our Almajiris being reintegrated back to school. So that will form a major part of our conversation this morning. But first, let's begin with this story where the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has invited former President Olusegun Obasanjo to tour the rehabilitated refineries and witness firsthand the progress made. The invitation follows earlier criticisms by the former president in an interview where he questioned the operational capacity of the Port Harcourt Refinery, which recently came on stream. NNPCL, in a statement, said the invitation extended to the former president is for him to verify the operational status of the oil processing facility in Rivers State. The NNPCL says the facility is designed to meet world-class standards. NNPCL also explained that it has expanded beyond oil and gas to become an integrated energy company which focuses not only on harnessing traditional resources, but also on developing cleaner, cheaper, and sustainable energy solutions to meet Nigeria's growing demands. Well, interesting development there. Also a reflection of how Nigerians feel when government says that it is doing something, and a majority of persons who feel, well, because we do not trust government. For me, what I see here is lack of trust. In government saying, I am going to do something, it says it has delivered, and the people are saying, no, we do not believe you. And for someone of former President Olusegun's capacity, I'm wondering if he going there would change the minds of a majority of Nigerians. I'm also curious to know what he would say with regards to what he sees at the refinery, if it will also change the minds of a majority of Nigerians to believe in government or otherwise, as it is. Here we need to understand that it's important we begin to work on building trust with the people, no matter what we are doing as it is. That is one major point for me from this whole conversation between former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the NNPCL.
Well, trust, the NNPCL, I think they're actually working on it based on some of the things that we see. Obasanjo, another statesman, well-respected, distinguished former president of the country, has said what he said, but then as what he said correct, yes, there's so many people that will counter his argument or his claim, just like we've seen from the NNPCL, and those who had actually gone there to see firsthand and had come out to tell us that, yes, this is working fine. Talking about the TUC president, Usifo, talk about the NLC president, Joe Ajaero, they'd been there. Femi Falana had been there, senior advocate of Nigeria. We know Falana, the like of Falana will always say it as it is, even though he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. So he'd been there, and even Pengerson had been there to also confirm that the NNPCL is working, which started in November, and then we had the Warri Refinery coming on stream in December. So if we are getting information from these people, and there had been a lot of people who had been there, even the journalists who also confirmed that that is actually working. The capacity, they said it's working, which they're also trying
60%
to, yes, trying to take it up to 100%. So under former President Olusegun Obasanjo, well, he's probably paranoid about what the situation of the refinery had been, because he said, according to Shell, that it's not going to work. And under President Olusegun Obasanjo, remember, after ruling Nigeria from 1999 to 2007, NNPCL was, in fact, it was worst during that time. Turnaround maintenance, we know amount of money that went into it, more than $2 billion. And then we also saw that it was privatized at some point to Dangote and someone, a company.
And it was during his time, because he felt that the government did not have the capacity to manage the NNPCL as it was, as it is, or the NNPCL do not have the capacity to manage our refineries as it is. So he felt that private partnership, that's PPP, public-private partnership, was going to work at the end of the day. But the next government, which was run by former Omar Yar'Adua, decided to revoke that as it is.
$750 million.
So he's saying that he's not sure is based on that. Perhaps the information he was
based
fed
on what Shell told him
at the time.
Yeah, and NNPCL is saying that what they have on the ground now is different from the do I say technology or some of the machines that they had on the ground now. What they've done now is to not just
it's beyond turnaround maintenance.
Yes, they've actually taken it to a different level to meet global standard. So what it's producing, in fact, they also attested to the quality of the petroleum coming from those refineries. So it's not going to do the old general any harm, just for him to go there, any harm rather. He should get there and see things with his eyes rather than, well, he's actually quoting Shell what they told him at the time. So
at the time. He needs to go and see what has been done. We recall that even former President Muhammadu Buhari had invested in turnaround maintenance of the refineries. And then in December 2022 or so, sometime in 2022, he also invested a lot of monies that they should do a lot of work with regards to the refineries, the 4 refineries, Port Harcourt, Warri, Kaduna, as it is. And so I believe from then on, work had begun silently. I want to believe that from then on, I haven't been there, so I want to believe that work had begun at the time. And then when our current president now came in, Bola Tinubu now came in, he began to build on that because of his agenda, I want to believe. So
and we're already seeing that, in the impact of the price of fuel.
That work has continued over time. So we often say government is a continuum, as it is. And so I believe that is what has been happening. But let him go and see his, the feedback he will give to Nigerians will also go a long way on how Nigerians perceive this current administration and all it says it is doing. I just want to quickly take a quote from Mele Kyari, which he said that this plant has had 3 stages. We have started plant 1, which we call Area 1. It's able to produce AGO, that's diesel, kerosene, naphtha, and a blend of crude oil. These are high-grade quality products that are required in the country, and we may need to export them. So this will give us cash. This company will make the money, and the promise of Mr. President that this country must be a net exporter of petroleum products is already happening.
That's right.
Let's also emphasize that it is 60% capacity, not 100%.
No, not yet.
So as it is, let's wait and see how this impacts the price of goods and services. Like you rightly mentioned, Nigerians are waiting to see the impacts at the end of the day. We're beginning
to see that already. What we need from the old general is not just his opinion, but opinion based on facts. So he also needs to accept that invitation and get there, because we need him to also see things, and he wants to see Nigeria working, and he has to see it from the NNPCL.
I believe he wants to see Nigeria working, because he never kept quiet over the years with regards to every president that came after him have been doing. So it would be in his best interest to.
And it's a shocker for a whole lot of them.
Well, that you couldn't achieve something doesn't mean another person couldn't achieve it. So it's just to support whoever is doing the right thing at the end of the day.